Welcome back to Talkville, the ultimate Smallville rewatch podcast, where each week we go back, we watch episodes, old episodes, and then we talk about them. And I want to thank all the patrons out there. Patreon.com/Talkville if you want to join. There's a new grand tier to watch episodes with me and Tom and much more. Patreon.com/Talkville. Thanks for all the love. Tom Welling's here. Tom, good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, man. Always a pleasure. Ryan, Bryce.
Hello.
Good to see you. If you get a chance to call into our hotline, leave a question for this episode, make sure you do it for future ones and make sure they're short. That makes me happy. Everything is in the show's description. Follow us, write a review. For all the people that are listening, if you haven't written a review, please do it. It really helps the show out. It's easy to do. You just write a review and post it, and it really helps us. So without further ado, before that, got cons coming up. Go to my Instagram at the Michael Rosenbaum, the link tree. Everything's in there. I'm on Cameo. Tom's also on Cameo. And you can go to Inside of You online store. There's some great new merch, Smallville scripts, the pilot, Lexmas, ship keys. There's all that stuff. And talkvillepodcast.com. And don't forget to get yourself one of these on the Amazon. This is the Talented Farter, my fart book. All real farts.
Authentic.
And much more. And not to mention Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath. That's selling like hotcakes. So if you love it, you want your dog's breath to smell good, a little capful in your dog's water. And odorless, tasteless, and your dog's breath is good. So I use it every morning for my dogs. And a lot of great stuff on the link tree, all the cons that Tom and I are going to, Chicago, and there's so many. So look at that and come visit us. We'd love to see you. All right, without further ado, let's get into season 6, episode 14. This is Trespass. We also have a special guest today. I'm not going to mention who it is, but it's a good guest. Tom's like, who? Who is it? Well, you'll see. Trespass aired February 2007, directed Mike Roll. Really nice guy. Writers Tracy Bellomo. Never heard of Tracy Bellomo, but hey, great job. Guest star Aaron Ashmore, Jimmy Olsen, Jordan Belfi as Mac, Peter Fleming as Brady. Synopsis: Lana's suspicions and investigation of her ex get sidetracked when a secret murderous admirer threatens her life, causing Clark to jeopardize his biggest secret to protect his loved ones. So let's get into this. This was, it was one of these episodes whodunit. I feel like they showed their cards too early. Like, okay, it's one of these guys. It's one of these freaking clowns. Didn't you guys feel that way?
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, call me naive, but I was just, I don't know.
Yeah, you thought it was Brady at first, and then you realize, or the other guy, and then it was the other guy. So it was a little bit of a...
I literally wrote down, it's the other security guy in my own handwriting.
It's the other security guy.
Thinking out loud.
On a snowy night in her fortress, we see Rapunzel brushing her hair as Lana continues to fantasize about Clark's rock-hard abs and how they bent a metal farm tool. Just then, she gets a text showing that someone is watching her. She gets panicked and triggers security.
I did think when she was holding that tool, I'm like, man, this is something she doesn't want to lose. I did get that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say about that. Lex politely reassures her that she's just being paranoid as Lana hides the bent metal. And after having his wife-to-be and mother of his child kidnapped and then stalked, Lex takes an important cross-country business trip and leaves her in the hands of Chloe and dozens of paparazzi. Lana talks to Chloe about her stalker and explains the chisel that was broken by Clark's chiseled physique.
Who was in the room? See, that's what got me. That's why I didn't think it was one of the security guards, because they weren't there. The security guard couldn't have been in there. I mean, I know who it is because I watched the rest of the episode, but the photographer guy did go in there.
Here's why I knew it was one of them. Because anytime they say, Brady, they say the guy's name. He's someone important. Like if they just said, get me this and get me that now. They don't need to say Brady. They don't need to say any character. You're fucking security. Do your job. Let's move on. But they gave it away by saying Brady. And so your focus was like, oh, did you agree? You know what I'm saying?
Haven't we seen Brady before? Or has he just acted in other stuff?
No, I think he's just acted in other stuff.
Huh.
He reminded me of a Greg Brady.
A Greg Brady?
Yeah, seemed like a really nice guy. Kind of a good older brother. But played a villainous character. Right? He was the bad guy.
Speaking of the devil, we next see Clark horsing around in the barn. Martha gives her son grief for taking a long time with the chores, but Clark explains that he's afraid the paparazzi will catch him. Aren't we all? Chloe stops by to warn Clark about the Lana situation. Clark is adamant to go help, but Chloe reassures her that she's safe under the watch of Luthor Security. Chloe explains that they need Jimmy's help, but she can't reach out because of the breakup. Clark selfishly asks if it's because of him.
Back in her old Talon apartment, Lana returns Chloe's graciousness by snooping through her computer and attempting to open a super inconspicuous folder named CK. Now, here's the thing. She sees it and it says that she can't get in, denied, and then she just closes it. It's like, well, she's going to see that you went into her computer. At least close out of the denial. I don't know. It just seemed kind of stupid.
You close the screen, yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. After her attempts fail, Lana gets spooked again and decides to grab a knife and confront the stalker head on. Having already stabbed someone before in the town apartment, Genevieve, she has some field advantage in this situation. Unsurprisingly, the Luthor security team is missing, and Lana goes downstairs to open a creepy care package with red lingerie and a note requesting she wear it. And she freaks out and goes to greet the paparazzi while wielding a knife, causing Luthor Security to make an appearance and do their jab. Oh, man. Yeah, it just, what happens
I think this whole scene took a long time. Another thing, it took a long time.
Yeah. It made Lex look stupid. The more you see all this stuff, you're like, why are you gone? Why is this your security team? Why? I guess, no, he can't trust anybody, but I don't know. I guess you got to put those suspenders on, Ryan. Put on them suspenders.
Was that a trope from a horror movie? Because you're the horror guy. Like the put this on when I kill you. Was that like a thing, like a nod to something?
No, I think there was a little
super creepy.
I think there was a little Dress to Kill. I think there was a little Sleeping with the Enemy. There's a little, I don't know, there's a lot of little tropes and things that they did, but there was very Shining like moments with the outside, right? Right at the end, it just felt like very Shining and very a lot of scope and like the cold.
I thought he was actually going to do it, like literally do a Jack Nicholson in that moment.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, it just made me think of that.
The next day at the DP, Jimmy gives his blessing for Clark to date Chloe. However, Clark tells his bro that the chick is friend-zoned and that he only needs help tracking someone down. Lex sees the news about his fiance greeting the public with a knife, and he absolutely freaks out, not putting the pieces together that wherever she goes with security detail, she still gets harassed. Lex tells Brady to take Lana to Luthor Corp to protect her, but Lana says she should go to the last place anyone would suspect, her ex's house. / former neighbors.
Yep. Lana makes herself at home in the Kent house by snooping through Clark's room and finding her old kryptoniteless necklace in the drawer. Kryptoniteless. I like that. She gets a spam call and decides to answer it. After learning that the stalker knows where she is, she looks to the door, finding blood pooled from the other side, and Brady is dead. So Brady was not the bad guy. So that guy played Mac. Right. So against her doctor's orders as a pregnant woman, for the love of God, Lana decides to take a tumble down the flight of stairs and adds another concussion notch to her CTE belt.
Of course she did. That
number
comical.
15, Bryce?
I think that's her second stair fall of the series.
It's her second stair fall, says Bryce. Over in Kent Medical, the doctors reassure Lana that the baby is okay. Lana receives a sedative, knocking her out, and what remains of the Luthor security discuss moving her out of the general area with many witnesses to a more discreet and private safe room. Jimmy helps Clark find the stalker paparazzi photo room, and as the guys go through a bunch of creepy pics, Martha calls Clark to tell him what happened.
Back at Kent Medical, Lana wakes up in an abandoned wing of the hospital to her phone endlessly ringing. As she talks to Chloe on the other line, Lana gets hit with a flurry of flashes from her paparazzi stalker. She lays defenseless. Clark super speeds in, throws Ansel Adams against the wall, and then criticizes Luthor's security work ethic. As well he should. Luthor security guard Mac takes this criticism to heart, so he escorts the paparazzi outside and puts a couple bullets in his head. Nice.
Wait, Mac puts a couple of bullets in whose head?
The paparazzi guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In that thing. Yeah, the guy, that poor bearded dude.
I know.
That was kind of cool because for a second I thought it was him. And I go, wait a minute, this guy's got a beard.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was going to be the doctor for a second, too.
Yeah. So they had us thinking a little bit. Now that the threat has been neutralized, Lana returns home to Luthor Mansion. Max stops by to update her on Lex's plans and then proceeds to criticize his boss in a fit of insubordination. Mac tells Lana that he sent the rest of the team home, so it's just he and her in the mansion. After he calls her princess, Lana realizes, oh shit, Mac is actually her psycho killer. And teary-eyed and hair-triggered, Mac explains that he hates seeing Lana morph into a Luthor. Lana responds politely by smashing a damn glass against his head and making a break for it. But here comes Mackie. He does his best shining impersonation and breaks down her door, causing her to flee into the winter wonderland.
After putting the pieces together that Esposito is a stalker, but not the murderous one, Clark, the stalkerish ex, rushes to Luthor Mansion. Luthor Mansion to protect Lana from her new stalker. Proving that pregnancy is not a crutch, Lana rappels to the roof of Luthor Mansion and delivers a Mac attack that stuns her assailant. Mac is able to grab her and begins to choke the life out of her. Lana makes one final fight for her life that sends both of them through the stained glass ceiling, falling 40 feet below to their deaths. But wait! Clark is there to catch Lana, casually letting Mac die. Hilariously, Clark delivers his patented, "Don't worry about it, you're safe now." But this time, Lana actually worries about it.
Yeah, how does she not lose the baby? I mean, after all that.
Maybe she doesn't have one. Tom knows something because we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the baby has some sort of
superpowers before
kryptonite power. I don't know.
Yeah. The next day in the DP, Clark asks Chloe what he should do about the whole Lana getting close to his secret thing, and Chloe says her true loyalty is to Clark. Jimmy stops by to thank Clark for abandoning their heist and leaving him with a potential felony. This allows for the perfect moment for Jimmy and Chloe to reconcile after he relates to Clark's unbridled love. And now that the threats have been neutralized, Lex makes his way back home to check on his bride-to-be. After days of being stalked, he sees no problem in standing by her bedside, watching her silently. And Lex is disappointed to hear that her instincts led her to the Kent farm, but reaffirms his trust and love for her anyways. And when Lex leaves, Lana discovers that her science project metal farm tool has been stolen. Do you think Lex stole it?
So I know you were gone this episode because you were directing the next one, right?
Yeah.
It's just so funny, the alibi that they gave. Like, he's on a business trip, but we've never seen Lex like gone before.
They should have made it something where they should have at least elevated why I'm gone. Like, I had to do this because of something, like,
Lex, we've located Dr. Fine.
Maybe I'm being blackmailed or something. Yeah, I don't know.
My pregnant wife just got attacked 3 times this week. I still can't make it home.
Well, they said that his flight was redirected.
There was a blizzard.
Because of the snowstorm. Back on the farm, Clark gets a visit from an old pal. Lex stops by to poke at Clark, reminding him of his previous kidnapping and attempted murder. I'm glad he said something, because he can't just let that go. Clark apologizes for not being himself that night. He should have said, somebody slipped me a drug. I don't know what I was on.
I was waiting for him to say, like, man, it takes a long time to do these chores. This is taking forever.
Lex responds by giving Clark an invitation to the wedding of the century, and Lex tells Clark he wants him to be there to see what he lost. Closing thoughts. Any paparazzi stories you guys got? No.
Really? We got you and I and Sam got chased out of the Seinfeld concert.
We left the Seinfeld concert, and these fans started chasing us, and we just ran. All this paparazzi were there. We ran. We didn't know what to do, so we just ran.
Like Hard Day's Night Beatles style.
Yeah, it was. We were like, oh my gosh, let's get out of here. Is Lana playing everybody? Lex, Clark, Chloe? I don't know. I'm interested to hear it. I'm interested to find out.
She's definitely keeping some things to herself and from Lex.
Talkville is brought to you by Factor Meals. Tom, I don't know about you, but I spend so much money on these delivery services to deliver me food, and then you're paying taxes and tip. And then I try going to the grocery store, and I realize that all the stuff I buy is just in my fridge rotting, and I never cook it. And I don't really like cooking, and I don't have time. So what do? Factor freaking meals. Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want.
Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat. Perfect for any active lifestyle.
With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts.
It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals pack in the flavor and none of the fuss.
Yeah, you won't be sorry with these guys. They're just delicious meals that I enjoy constantly. And every time I suggest it to my friend and finally get them to do it, they realize how much money they're saving and having delicious meals. And it's so easy and quick. When I'm hungry, I want to eat. I don't want to prep for 30 or 40 minutes. I want to freaking eat. Factor meals, guys. Get started at factormeals.com/talkville50 off and use code talkville50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Wow. That's code talkville50 off at factormeals.com/talkville50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. We have a special guest. She's been on before. We love her. She's family. KRISTIN KREUK. KRISTIN.
Hello.
Taking time off her busy schedule, shooting in Vancouver.
Yes, such a busy lady.
Yeah, you're working.
Did you have time to watch Trespass?
I just watched it. I watched it just before I came on now.
And what were your thoughts on Trespass?
Gosh, Lex's sheets are hideous.
That's what you noticed.
What's up with those sheets?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's all going to change after the wedding. It's all going to change.
They were just so gross.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's always tough watching myself, so I have to get past that part of it. I thought there were some interesting moments. I don't even remember the episode. I don't remember doing the episode, and it's even season 6. You'd think I would by this point, but I remember Jordan, and he was lovely. I remember working with him.
I thought your character's suspense held up through the whole thing, though. I thought
that's good.
It was suspenseful. Like I didn't know what was going to happen or what was really going on.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
I didn't like right off the bat. We have, it's this guy pretty much.
It doesn't take long to figure that out.
It doesn't take long, and they didn't have to do that. They felt like we have to educate. I feel like they think the audience is a lot dumber than they are.
This is a classic theme. Although nowadays I do think you have to be either people are watching really intensely or they're watching 5 things at once. Although back then I don't think people were watching 5 things at once.
I don't know. I mean, you got to play. I mean, it's different than in previous seasons. Your character's getting stronger, obviously.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel?
That stuff's lovely. The duplicity was nice. I thought the nice moments were the kind of the lies and the moments where she becomes very strong and she fights back and she can act quickly and she has plans, like when he's coming after her at the end and she plays into what he needs her to be and then finds a way to escape through that strategic move. It was interesting because that whole I'm here to save you, I want to help you, all of that was my experiences with the minority of fans who are kind of scary for me. It's the same kind of thing. And I think it's because of the whole Lana situation. People just want to help her.
Yeah, KRISTIN doesn't need saving anybody out there. She's just fine.
She knows what she's doing.
She's doing great.
And
I don't think they do that anymore so much now that I'm elderly.
Did you know the whole plan that Lex had concocted at this point? Had they told you anything? Were you aware of the pregnancy shit that's going on?
I don't believe anyone told me anything. We just
neither.
played it as the scripts came in. Yeah. Yeah, because is the wedding the next episode?
No, the
No.
next episode is the bowling episode.
That's
that
the one
Michael
I
directed.
directed. The
Yeah.
freak where Chloe's
Oh, the you love him episode. You love him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
outside. She's going away. We'll talk about that. You'll make sure to tune in for next week's episode, Freak. But so yeah, they didn't tell you much about that. But yeah, you're more adult. You're playing
Yeah.
a woman now as opposed to this kind of frightened little girl in a lot of ways, right?
Yes. I also was clearly sick through a bunch of that episode. I look a little
Oh.
bit gray. I was like, we would never shoot like that anymore. But my voice was like,
Yeah, I noticed that. I was watching and I was
I
just like,
didn't
you
notice.
look. I thought you looked great. I didn't notice you looking any
Yes,
different.
but my voice was
Yeah, it was like
especially at
"Oh,
Chloe's
look,
apartment.
Lex. I know Lex is a good guy, and
I guess I'm just so naive. I just thought it was like concern.
No,
I don't know.
I was
I don't know.
definitely sick. Yeah.
There's like a funny thing that happens when you're sick on set. I don't know if you remember this, Kristen, but we were shooting in a church one time and I had like 103-degree fever. And Whitney was directing, I think. And I was like, I had to sit down every couple minutes. And you were like, why don't you go home? And I remember saying like, then what? Like, we got to finish this. Because you can't. Nowadays, I
Yeah.
guess there is such thing as sick days.
Yeah.
But there wasn't when we were shooting.
No, you were just supposed to push through. Especially
Yeah.
you. Especially you.
yeah, good Lord. Do you ever pass by any of the old studios while you're in Vancouver?
Yeah. Not the studio. I never go that far into Burnaby, but I'll go past that one place I think it's on First on the way to the entrance to the Highway 1. I'll be like, that was our China wire work fight scene place. There's certain places where I like, and even at the PNE, we had a stage there for a while at the PNE.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind like when you watch Trespass, you watch an old episode? What are you thinking while you're watching it?
Frankly, I think about where I was at in my life. I was like looking at myself going, why am I so skinny? I'm so skinny. Like, it's shocking to me how thin I am in that episode. Like, you can just see I'm like gaunt all the way up my jawline. Like, I noticed things like that. I was like, what was
Wow.
happening? Was I feeling okay? What was going on? That's what I end up thinking about, which I suppose is incredibly selfish, self-oriented. But I think that's what I end up noticing first.
It's amazing how people I'm speaking honestly here. I never thought that. I never thought, oh my God, she looks too skinny. It's amazing how hard we are on ourselves. Because I'll look at myself and I'll go like, oh my gosh, how did they cast you? How did sometimes I'll have these thoughts about my looks and this and I'm like, dude, it's lighting. Sometimes you look great. Sometimes you don't. That's life. And you just got to let it go. And, so we're hard on ourselves, but I don't think the things that you notice about yourself, everyone else notices.
No, but I guess it's less like being hard on myself and more going like, I know that when I'm, just so you guys know, if I ever show up in a convention and I'm super, super thin, you should be like, what's going on? This is a bad sign. Something's happening. Because I just like when I'm not doing super well. So that's what I think about. It's less like a critical thing about my body and more like what was going on for you?
Like an alert, like it's sort of like
Mhm.
so you like when people sort of say, hey, you look a little thinner. Is everything okay? You like
I don't know
that?
if I like that. I don't want people to be, I don't want people in my Instagram being like, oh, you're so thin, but I'm talking about friends, like people who know me and love me.
Well, yeah, that's what I was kind of
That's what you
referring
meant?
to. That's what I meant, but I didn't say it right.
Yes.
But yeah, it's funny because, I have friends. It's the worst thing to do when they're like, hey, are you okay? You just really look tired. Are you? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm 52. I'm always fucking tired. They'll say, you don't want to hear certain things. You don't hear like, you look too thin. You look too this. I'm like, I'm aware of these things.
they don't even have to say the second part. They can just check in on you. How you doing, Michael? You okay?
And yeah, and not one of these, they take you aside and go, is everything all right?
No.
What do you mean? What do you
Fine.
mean?
I'm fine.
Speaking of which, Tom looks good. Tom, you look good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
thank
looking
you.
like healthy and rosy and looks like
I'm
you
trying.
had sun or something.
Yeah, I need sun. I was in the locker room at hockey after the game, and we all get naked one by one, of course, and we take showers. But like my buddy Manny goes, Rosie, fucking, you are white as a ghost. I'm like, yeah, dude, I had neck surgery. I was gone for 4 months in my house. Yeah, I'm white. What do you want? He said, yeah, I'm just saying, man. Do you ever go outside? Yes. I just don't stare at the sun, and we haven't had a ton of sun. Leave me alone. Yeah, anyway. Hey, Bryce.
Pasty.
You got to have something
It's
for
a time of
KRISTIN.
year.
You got to have something for KRISTIN. You watch these shows religiously. You make...
Yeah, some echoing what's already been said. I liked how in this episode there wasn't like Clark catches her, right, and saves her from dying, but he doesn't really save her. Like she's kind of defending herself throughout the episode, which is cool. Because in other episodes, Lana would be knocked out, and then Clark would magically appear, and then she would awake. So that was cool. And I was trying to think, is that KRISTIN, you just wanting that kind of character arc, or is it a combination of that and they want to be pushing Lois and Clark together? Or,
no, I think that it was probably we were all getting sick of that kind of story, and Lana needed to grow. Like we couldn't keep doing the same thing all the time. And I don't know if the writers and I ever talked about it, but I feel like we were on the same page that she needed to take care of herself. And I mean, we started that arc all the way back. Was it season 1 when I started taking self-defense classes, or season 2?
Mm-hmm.
It was early season 2, maybe. I don't remember. I just remember my Lululemon outfit and the kickboxing thingy. But we started building her. Because she's attacked so constantly, it's a logical response that she would build some self-defense skills. And I like that she's starting to be able to handle herself, and that kind of story arc continues all the way to the end of her journey. So this is the kind of the beginning of that completion of her storyline, I think.
The one scene I did miss was Lana talking to Lex about maybe his choice in security, and it's sort of a running theme we have that he doesn't really have any. He just says
his
people running
security
around.
is terrible, consistently
Oh my
horrendous.
God, it's just freaking the worst. Hey, let me ask you this, KRISTIN. Had you signed on for a 7th season?
Yeah, didn't we all sign on for 7?
Okay, so my question is, were you thinking? Did you know wholeheartedly at this point in the whatever episode this was? I think episode.
Yeah.
Did you know? Hey, I've got the rest of the season, 1 season, and I'm not coming back. Like, there's no way they can convince me to come back. Were you already set? You had that mindset?
Yes, I think I was fairly set, but I don't really remember. I had a lot going on in my life at that point in time. And it wasn't, I don't know that I was thinking about it deeply, but I knew I wasn't like passionate about coming back. Although I really loved what I got to do in season 6. It was really fun, and it pushed me, and it made me a better actor. Yeah, but I don't remember thinking about it a lot. It just wasn't my priority, which is hilarious because it's 9 months out of our year in our lives for the last 6 years. But
I think you were going through a breakup too, aren't you?
No.
No. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe that was season 7.
I was in that relationship for 9 years.
9 years. Well, look, this is awesome. I love when you come on. Is there anything else you could tell us about your character coming up, of what's to come, and then how you feel about the storyline?
I don't know. There's some good stuff coming up. Because Lana discovers Clark's secret, which I love the way that happens.
Spoiler alert, but go ahead.
Listen,
continue.
You're doing a rewatch podcast of a show from a million years ago. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler for me.
Right, spoiler for you. Okay,
no, you
Michael.
can spoil it. You can spoil it. Go ahead. Fans want to hear it.
Yes, and then there's some lovely scenes on the wedding day, and I've got a great scene with John Glover. I remember these things. But like a really manipulative, wonderful scene, and I like the wedding because it's so tragic. Yeah. So you guys are coming up to the climax of the season. It's really good.
Yeah, the end of the season's really cool. When she learns the secret, she kind of takes the driver's seat of a lot of decisions where she really hasn't the whole series.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I had no idea you find out his secret. You really kept the secret from me as an actor.
Yes, I didn't tell you. No, never. But yes, she discovered. Do you know why we ended up getting married fully?
He doesn't.
Oh, well, discoveries abound.
Well, I know that the pregnancy was all messed up. You know, did you marry me because you were pregnant?
No. I mean, I think that's why I engaged in part, but no.
This is so funny.
I can't wait to find this out. I just don't remember. It's been 17 years since we.
But to your credit, you never knew. So it's okay.
But I probably knew when the character knew, but then I forgot it. I don't remember stuff.
Remember a single thing from shooting that episode except for talking to Jordan about quantum theory. That's all I remember.
Wow, that's to get a girl to be impressed. Talk about quantum theory. That's what you want to do. Yeah. Let's talk about Pythagorean. Why don't we? I don't have much else for Kristen. Do you, Tom?
No, I mean, is there anything you want to share about the show you're on now?
Yeah, share.
Oh, I can't share anything yet. We have some great additions to the cast.
Okay.
An Academy Award winner, in fact.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll say this much, she is fantastic. And I get to work with her, and she's my nemesis. And it's been, oh my God, it's been so much fun. She's incredible. Incredible.
Good for you. And your show airs what night of the week?
It's in the fall. I don't know. They might change it. I have no idea. I can't promote it right now.
Okay.
Will you have us on your podcast when you do a rewatch?
When I do a rewatch in 20 years? Sure. We'll be where we owed.
Yeah.
Kruk, we love you.
Love ya.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I'll tell you what, BetterHelp has helped so many people, so many friends. Ryan here works with BetterHelp, and it has changed his life in many ways and mine. What's great about this is it's online, folks. Therapy online, it's so much cheaper than going in person or offline therapy. This has really changed a lot of lives.
Also, how about the time you save driving to the therapist and driving home?
Oh my gosh. And if you want to change a therapist, Tom, you just change a therapist. You don't have to worry about saying, oh, I'm not going to be using you anymore. You just go to the next one. It makes it very easy because I think people have a lot of thoughts of, oh, this is going to be uncomfortable. I don't know. I really hope people give it a shot. And look, let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 a session, which adds up really fast. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. It's pretty incredible. And with BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time.
Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. Therapy from BetterHelp is helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient, too. You can join a session with a click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapist at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/talkville to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/talkville. Interesting things of note, folks. Chloe has apparently taken extra steps to protect her privacy after the last time Lana clicked on a folder called CK in the episode Rosetta. Then it was filled with the pictures of Chloe and Clark dancing at the spring formal in Tempest. Also interesting things of note, a newspaper on Lana's bed was headlined Lexana, a nod to Smallville fans. And Craig Byrne. Craig Byrne from Krypton site. Let's go to the hotline. I know you guys got a lot of questions, so let's do it up with the hotline. We'll go to our patron privileges first. Michael P.
What's up, guys? It's Michael P from Texas. In the episode Trespass, Lana dives deeper into unraveling the mystery that is Clark Kent. What do you think motivates Lana more at this point? Is it the idea of uncovering the truth, or does she do it because of her love for Clark? Thanks.
Michael, I want to say thanks for you. You sent us a bunch of stuff that finally got here, and we really appreciate it. You're a mensch. You guys don't have to send us anything. We have so much stuff, but it was very thoughtful. T-shirts and mugs. Tom, Ryan, and I are very thankful, and Bryce, and we really appreciate it.
I mean, in one way, you can make an argument why doesn't she just let it go? She's engaged. She should be, focus on the wedding and everything else, but she just can't. I think she just needs to know. She needs to know for herself. Maybe to move on even, but she needs to know.
I think Lex or Lana knows too that Lex really isn't. Lex is keeping stuff. She's smart enough. She knows like something's up with this guy. I mean, he's always like, no, I would never do that. I'm my unborn child, Lana. Why would I ever lie to you?
I think maybe like at the core of it, sorry for swearing, but I think she just wants everyone to stop fucking with her. Like Clark's doing it. Lex is doing it to some degree. She's just like, somebody tell me the truth. God damn it.
And is she ever going to get it?
Yeah.
Here's Mommy of 5.
Hey guys, Mommy of 5, Virginia here from Tennessee. Lots of trespassing in this episode, including the paparazzi against Lana. Michael and Tom, what is the most outrageous encounter you have ever had with the paparazzi? Thanks so much, y'all.
Thank you, Mommy of 5.
Day.
It was a Seinfeld incident. It was crazy. It was just like, sometimes, you know, you even like, you know, you go out to a restaurant back then, you come out and they're like, Michael's taking pictures or, you know, and it's just kind of like overwhelming. You're like, you're disoriented. You're like, I don't even know where I'm going. Where am I? I'm walking away, but where am I even going? You're trying to figure out like, where's my car? Where do I get? It's I don't know. It's kind of disorienting.
It's very disorienting and you're not ready and it's bright and people are screaming at you. It's very abnormal. I remember seeing pictures that were taken of me like at my house in LA, like unloading my dogs from the car. Like somebody just was across the street shooting pictures of me. And it's just sort of like, it feels gross. It just feels gross.
Invading of thy privacy. Jackie Justice. What do we got here? Jackie Justice.
Bryce getting behind the scene shots.
Yeah, it was definitely Bryce. Before the show even started, he knew it was important.
Hi, I'm Jackie Justice. I'm a civil rights attorney, originally from the D.C. area. Why didn't Clark say Stalker Guy when he and Lana fell through the ceiling? Was it more dramatic to see Stalker Guy in a pool of blood on the floor and then pan up to see Clark holding Lana in his arms? Or does this make us question Clark's morality on saving quote-unquote bad guys? And second question, was Stalker Guy right? Is it true that the longer people stay around Lex, the more they act like him?
Jeez, Jackie Stalker or Jackie Justice. Jackie Justice, that was great. You know, why didn't he save the bad guy? He could have easily saved the bad guy too, but he didn't. He didn't. And I don't know, man. That's real. I didn't even think about that.
Well, I think it adds to some version of like tunnel vision that Clark has for Lana in the moment. But yeah, he seemed to be right there. I mean,
yeah. Very true.
I don't know, Jackie. That was good. Makes me think, Jackie. Makes me think. All right, let's go to Sherry. Oh, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry from Virginia. Did Kristen do her own stunts? And how did you do the falling off the roof and snow effects? Thank you.
I think the snow effects were probably from the soundstage B or the second soundstage.
Yeah, most likely.
They built that roof and all that stuff and the exterior and the snow and all that stuff.
Or the Fortress of Solitude is, yeah.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude and all that. Although, wasn't Fortress of Solitude in stage 1?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it was, you walk in, it's to the left. I don't know what the stage's numbers.
Yeah, I don't remember. But that stunt when Lana fell through the thing, she uses her stunt person whenever, you know, it's dangerous or, you know, so when she thinks she can do it and she wants to do it, she will do it, like all of us. But I don't know how they did that stunt.
I don't remember. I don't remember even doing it.
I mean, they probably had him on wires, you know, and then just, you know, the stunt guys went through something, you know, and saw that and then cut to a wide shot where they fall out of frame. So they probably just fell to the floor, something like that. I don't know.
I really didn't look at it close enough, but a lot of times when Clark catches people, I would have them in my hand and we'd kind of go 3, 2, 1. And I'd just sort of like lift up and then, you know, go like that. That's usually where the cut was.
That makes sense. All right.
Hey guys, Scott from Bangor, Maine with a question and a comment from season 6, episode 14, Trespass. Why does Lana sleep in a separate room from Lex? And the other thing is, Lana sees blood coming from under the door, so she decides to open it. Come on, Lana. Then she falls down the stairs. Well, I guess that's what you get for staying in your ex's bedroom, Lana. Have a good job, guys. Thanks.
Well,
Scott
they're
just
not-
kind of
they're not
shouts
married
in.
yet.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know why she's sleeping in that room.
Yeah, she's like in the guest room. It's like your guest room at your house. It's like you can sleep
I
in
never
there.
even thought about that. Maybe it's safer to stay there when Lex is gone. I don't really know.
They just have. There are some studies that say that's a healthy way to do things, is to have some separate beds so you have a little bit of separation.
Yeah, it's like Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
The Ryan is back.
Maybe they're just on different sleep schedules, and he goes to bed early, and he doesn't want her coming in at like 3 a.m. and crashing.
He doesn't want her coming in.
Lana's a night owl. She's got activities of the night. That's when her brain comes alive.
She's a lady of the night.
She's writing. She's reading.
Yeah.
And Lex is like, I got to get up and go to some workout at 4 a.m. and drink water out of a clear blue bottle.
Room temperature.
Let's just go to this text. Dana says, when you film in snow, are the scenes usually shot quicker to avoid discomfort for everyone? Or how do you work around that? Well, first of all, that wasn't real snow. No freaking way. And I don't remember it ever snowing that much in Vancouver. Maybe a few times. But that was fake snow. So it was controlled snow. It wasn't really cold. You could always tell because if you don't see breath coming out, it wasn't real. And if you notice in the movie The Shining, you don't see some breath in moments, and that's people nitpick that, like when they're outside and he's in the maze.
Oh,
I think you don't see his breath.
I think people forget that it's a movie.
I never thought about it, but then all of a sudden, 40 years later, people are like, "Yeah, you can tell it's not real because his breath. You don't see it."
No,
I'm
it's
like, "Oh,
not
shit."
real. It's a movie.
Yeah, just enjoy the movie.
They didn't have breath GFX yet.
Yeah, breath effects.
Yeah, like that's something they implemented pretty early on when they got that.
Rosenbaum rating system. This is going to be an interesting one. We're going to start with Tom.
I'm gonna give it 1.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Half for Kristen gets all the credit.
You give it a half?
You get a half.
I'll give it a half a rose. It just doesn't add to the story really much. It's just about this whole Stalker issue, and it just wasn't great. But I thought Kristen did a great job. I thought the actors were all good. I thought it was shot well. But I give it half a rose. What do you give it, Bryce?
Yeah, I was going to give it 1.5 also. I thought it was good.
1.5?
Yeah.
But isn't this the episode where Lex talks to the doctor and we realize something's going on with the baby?
Well, not yet. He kind of says something.
Right.
He just says the
But
baby's
it's-
okay, but I think, yeah, you know that something's up.
Yeah, so.
That's true. That's kind of interesting.
No, I think this actually does add to the story too. This is kind of like the start of Lana growing suspicion and like investigating Clark's. Like how she finds it out later, she sets him up. So this is
All
like
right.
the
I'm
trigger.
going to give it a rose. There's some important stuff in there.
Good job, Bryce.
I go to a rose. Death and save count. 3 dead. Clark saves Lana the baby. 2 saved. Mac kills Esposito and Brady. Mac falls to his death. 14 episodes, 22 dead. 28 saved. Series, 199 dead. 218 saved. Ryan's favorite scene.
I will stay with a half because today I think I have principles.
Good. Good for you.
This is going to be tough.
Scene 1, Lana and the Talon looking for the Stalker.
Okay.
Scene 2, Lana finds the Stalker in the snow. Scene 3, Lex gives Clark the invitation.
Now, when the second one you said, is that the fight on the roof in the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 2.
I'm going to go with Lex confronts Clark. Ryan?
2.
Damn you, Welling.
Now I'm only like 10 behind it.
Well, this series, I think you're doing
But
all
it was
right.
just, it's a Lana-centric episode. That was her coolest bit. But I just, kudos to you guys at the end. That was I like seeing you be an asshole to Clark. It's fun.
It was pretty harsh.
And it's much deserved. That's it for the episode. Stick around next week as we get our freak on and talk about season 6, episode 15. Freak. Let's take the discussion online. Let us know your thoughts on the episode over on our socials at Talkville Podcast or Talkville Pod. Show us support by please joining Patreon, patreon.com/Talkville. We love you. We need you. There's a grand tier. Join any tier and support the show. If you want more information like the merch from the show, you can go to my Instagram link, at the Michael Rosenbaum Linktree, and also talkvillepodcast.com and all that stuff, the hotline number. You can find that in the show's description. And remember, folks, always hold on to Smallville. We'll see you next week. See you, boys. Good times. And we can't forget about our wonderful patrons who make this show possible. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Patreon.com/talkville. Get your name shouted out and much more. And you're supporting the show. Picture it like a streaming service, right, guys? You watch something, you have to pay Netflix. Well, you don't have to pay anything for this show. So if you give back, you help out the show, and we keep doing it. So thank you. We love you. Here we go. Shout outs. Leanne P. Leanne. Raj C. Santiago M, Little Lisa, ThomasTomTurner, Shane W, BetsyD, Abhi P, Fatima T, KarenApple M, 99 more, Leilani N, Stu G, always hold on to Smallville, Charlie T, Charlie, Garrett W, Bob K, Tom N, Jason W, Lana rhymes with banana W, Nancy D, Brian G, Grape Jelly 817, Amanda R, Teddy 127.
Michael P, Ryan R, Randy B, Craig G, Jor-Al C, Heather and Greg. I made Talkville say butts. Brian H, Eric K, Clarks M, Kristen B, Finky, Early is on time. Damn, who's that? Jeanette E, General Zod, Theodore, Doug R, Carlos C, Shanna I, Ken the Limmer Guy, thanks for calling in. Corey L, Mr. Home Arcade, Claire M, D Brown, KarenApple M, Jules M, Eldon Supremo, Brian P, McBurst, Ginger Moose, Christoph S, Nobody C, Amanda Lynn, Jessica B, Michael B, Sebastian F, Wolfie. Matthew, I just thought about Wolfie yesterday. I drove by a place up in Oregon called Wolfie's Auto Parts. Matthew and Lincoln B, Mary Lou L, CGO.
Shannon Fannin, Matt Maverick, Jenny T, Randy S, Cassie B, Danny Mo, Mirabelle, Mary K, Sophie L, Stephen A, Danger. When you're rich, you aren't crazy, you're eccentric. Rosenbaum fan, Sammy Sharman, Carrie Ann, the Alexander Castle, Jenny B76, Monica T, Ms. M, Emily, Who Locked, Jeffrey K, Katya C, previously on Smallville, Sharu, Keith B, Cookie Kareem, Libertaria, Danny Z from Cleveland, Biagio C, Lady J, Medicine H, as told by Helen, Kelowna A, Natalia, Dr. J, Pneumonia Trauma Microscopic Volcano Anasis, Caitlin, Dr. G and Dr. T, Kryptonite, Ned L, Flirtatious B, per 6A, Luthor Corp subsidiary, Naman L, Smallville for life, Bobby B, Kendrick F, Stacy L, Other Brother Daryl, Melanie P, Starla S, Charlie M, Cheyenne F, AJ Sisson, Heather H, Tom and Michael's friend Mickey, Allison C, Karen H, or Sierra, I think it's Karen H, Hubs, Cuban Boy, Laura C, Sarah C, Adam C.
Jackie J, John W, Jet Blazer, Bradley H, Laura L, Carolus, Gertz, Butt Cheeks. Okay. Ryan M, Omar H, Brian E, Dan L of Chizona, and Maria P.
We love you all. Thank you for being here every damn week. We appreciate you. Rock on, folks. We'll see you next week.
Rock on.